Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Octavius. A lot of people may know me as T, and many more people may know me as T. I'm just here to tell you my story because there are some people who need to hear my story so they can actually take a look at what they're doing and change their ways. In 2004, I gave up on life and I jumped from a 40-foot bridge into the middle of the interstate in the middle of rush hour traffic. I broke the back of my skull open. I broke bones in my face. I had blood draining on the back of my left eye. I put hairline fractures behind my front teeth. I broke the left side of my shoulder. I broke the ribs on my left side. I fractured the left side of my pelvis, and I dislocated the left side of my hip. And I also had fluid accumulated on the back of both my knees, putting myself into a coma for a month and about a week. But before I went off the bridge, I asked God, the only God of my understanding, Jesus Christ, to forgive me for any sins that I may have done. And I was led to sit off in the tree area. And once I came from the tree area, a friend of mine came up the bridge to offer me a ride. I turned her down. She kept asking, I kept declining her. She slowly pulled off looking at me. And right behind her, my boss came up the bridge. He called my last name out, went up the street, made a U-turn, and came back. When he came back, he rolled down the window and said, "Get in." I said, "I'm good, y'all go ahead." He said, "Get in." I said, "I'm good." That's when the guy that I worked with was in the passenger seat. He moved their coats and stuff over in the back seat. He opened the back door, and my boss said, "Get in again." That's when I woke up a month and a week later inside the hospital with the police looking at me. I later found out that I had jumped off the bridge, and I was in a coma. The actions that I chose were not the actions that God wanted me to choose. But I can say at this present day, but by the grace of God, I'm here today to be able to tell you and talk to you about some of the things which I've done. The things which I've done, there's no justifying any things which I've done. But by the grace of God, I'm able to be able to tell you some of the things which I've done. God bless me with a second chance that I may be able to tell you or anyone else who may want to hear what I got to say. Yeah, I had a troublesome life. I had a troublesome childhood growing up, and I had a troublesome adulthood. I've been shot at. I've been beat up. I was supposed to have been dead. But here it is, 7 years later. By the grace of God, I'm able to still be here. I'm able to walk. I'm able to talk. I'm able to do many things that people say I'm not able to do. I'm not going to do. But it's not anything that I have done. It's not anything of my strength. It's not anything of my will. But it's all by the grace of God. I want y'all to sit there and believe that Jesus is real. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. I didn't ask no Muhammad. I didn't ask no Mustafa, or whatever you want to call these people that's out here. I'm not a five-percenter. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I'm a child of God. I believe in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. He's the only one who kept me. He's the only God of my understanding, which I asked to forgive me before I jumped off a 40-foot bridge into the middle of rush hour traffic. Many say that it's not possible, but it's very much impossible for it not to be possible. Because I'm sitting here this day being able to talk to you. And I just want to reach out to someone who may be second guessing their faith, not wanting to believe in Jesus. I'm here to tell you that Jesus is real. He does hear your cry, and he wants to save you. He just wants to help you. He wants you to open the door. He's knocking on the door of your heart. When will you open unto him? I refused for many years to come to Jesus, but for many years he chased me. He knocked on my door. He sought to help me, but I ran more and more. Many times he knocked and knocked and knocked, and I ran and ran and ran harder. But there came a time when I couldn't run no more. And he said, it's time for you to change. So I took the opportunity to change. Now it may be your time to change. He blessed me to be able to put this on YouTube so one of y'all can hear it, or one of y'all may share it with someone else who may need to hear it. I don't know. God only knows. But I ask yourself, what are you doing? Are you doing something that will glorify God? Or are you doing something that will glorify the devil? Jesus is waiting on you to save you. The devil is waiting on you trying to kill you. You make the choice. The choice is yours. I'm just here to help you. Thank you.